This is the Add Your Labs software solution for laboratory information management systems. It looks fairly similar to the Add Your Labs ADx software solution. However, while that was very focused on orders and order placement, this is of course much more focused on what labs will use once those orders and samples are received. There are a number of different views available in the navigation. Let's take a look first at orders. On clicking orders, the logged in user will see the number of orders that are associated with that account based off of that organization and their level of permissions. I want to highlight quickly that there are a number of actions that are available to the technician or admin based upon whether or not they've selected one or multiple orders. Let's take a look at the information provided for an individual order. Of course, we have the order number and the client and contact information, the type of test that's being used, and a sample section. Here there's a button for open, which will take us directly to the sample. We'll come back to that. We also have patient information, as well as a results tab, which will show the date of the results, once those results are approved, that date, and if generated, a PDF report. This report can be customized based off of our client's needs and can show as little or as much information as necessary. There are, of course, a number of different actions available as well, depending upon the user's level of permissions. Clicking Open takes us directly to that sample file. We see the sample number, the client, the device and envelope codes are both usually the kit that was associated with that sample, a third-party barcode, if a client provides one, and relevant information about the collection and the delivery and receipt times. When these samples are received, we also see that there's a storage location for them. And when we open storage, we see all the different storage units that are available for the organization. Some of them are racks, some of them are not. Let's look at the one where that previous sample was stored. You see that if there is a location provided, one will be listed, whether or not it's a rack, whether or not that is an active storage or not. If it is not, of course, under actions, we can mark it as disposed. That sample will be stored based upon the received samples view. But first, let's take a look at worksheets. Worksheets can be set up in either 96 or 384 well formats. Clicking an individual worksheet, of course, shows us the information about that worksheet, including the worksheet number, the plate map type, the plate barcode, the plate layout and type, and the samples. And of course, clicking on one of those samples takes us back to the individual view. Now, when a sample is received, we can either store it in a previously existing storage, which when we type it in here, we will be able to switch to, or if we prefer, we can enter a new storage and that will be able to be created once the system recognizes that it is not currently in use. If we add new storage, the system will let us know that that storage system has then been created, and we have a number of different options here, either to use it as a storage rack or to simply enter the sample in itself. Once the sample has been stored, we can set up a worksheet, which we looked at previously. We're going to enter a plate barcode. Now you'll notice that if we type in a plate code here that's already in use, the system will let us know that that has already been used for a worksheet. Once you've entered a barcode that isn't in use, we can then select the layout. You'll notice if we select 96, we will display 96 different wells. And likewise, if we select 384, you'll then see 384 different wells. And into each of those, we can enter the samples either manually, or we've integrated a ScanDit plugin, which will allow for these samples to be scanned in. We've also included options to pool samples, to merge 96 well plates, or to merge storage racks. Once you have results ready, you can upload the results file here, and our system will parse that to assign those results to the samples. You can see there are a number of different options here. Now if you select a method and upload a file, if there's a worksheet that's associated with that results file, the system will update the results for every file in that worksheet, so you don't have to do it manually. And that's our solution for laboratory information management systems.